Welcome back to the channel, guys. I have a really fun round for you guys today. I built a bag with just my Thought Space Athletics discs, and it went really well. So let's jump into this one. I'm going to show you guys what I'm bagging today. This one I've just been so tempted to put in there, but we're going to go with the Glow Praxis. It's one of my favorite putters. Putting with the Muse. The Muse is... It's this UV plastic. It's super reboundy, which is going to come into play today. And I'm going with the vessel. I have two vessels, but I've been bagging this pearly one. And this was the approach disc from Thought Space, this Temple, before they got the vessel with Discraft. And it was only in base plastic, which has its advantages, but also disadvantages. Going with the Crux and then going with my Tree Man stamped Pathfinder. I've always loved this disc. Nice flip up, flat, drift a little right. And the Votum is kind of like one of my sneaky favorite molds because it's like more of a consistently good overstable eagle. And then this is the Omen. This is also manufactured by MVP Plastic, if you're not aware. And that is my flat top beefy one that I had in the bag for a year. Gonna throw that one in there, and I'm gonna grab my Mantra. And the artwork they just have is just so cool, by the way. Not as cool as me dropping that disc. And this is the Animus. Didn't bag the Coalesce because I think the Votum's just too close to the Coalesce. It's basically an alpha for Mint. And we're going to get started here at Towne Lake. Towne Lake is now reopened. Shout out to Doug and all the people in McKinney who have been working on getting this course back up and ready for us to play. We got a good tee shot off the first tee with the Praxis. The Praxis has some sneaky distance, and I was like, let's go. Thought I left it high, and at this moment, I realized I did not make that putt. I was very confused how that did not stay in the chains. I thought that was the exact middle, and yeah, it happens, you know, but you can't let yourself get too down, right? Every hole's a challenge. It's time to move on and execute. And that's what we're going to do here with this Animus. This hole is one of my favorite holes. It's got this creek line that will eat your disc. I have bought a lot of discs from Replay, right, after I've lost them down there. So great tee shot, able to execute the upshot with the vessel. Guys, the vessel is so good. I will try not to talk too much about it in this video, but like, it's the real deal. And this hole is almost impossible too. You can get a roller there. I was not trying to get a roller. I was trying to hit that gap right there and have it work to the right, but that thing is flippy. I know it's hot out here in Texas too, so that contributes to it being a little bit, flying a little bit maybe more understable. So I'm gonna know that. I'm gonna use that later in the round for an actual roller. Going with that flat top Omen. I like to get something there quicker sometimes on those shorter approach shots, and we're able to take the par, which I would have been fine with par regardless. And this is where I would normally flex an Omen in, but now I can just throw it straight with a vessel. It handles that torque so well. We got a tap in birdie. I was telling Cade here, I'm like, dude, this disc is not only beautiful, but is so good. And I think it's the confidence. Also, those birds trying to razz me there. That was real cool of them. But even just like a little low flex line through this tunnel, this only goes about halfway to the hole there. Just parked it. And I'm just like asking myself, why would I not throw that disc? And this is Cade. Everybody knows Cade in DFW. Cade is, I think, 1,005 rated now.
I'm recording this.
I actually played my first sanctioned event 130 something events ago with Cade where I met him, and we've played probably 500 rounds at a minimum together. I've learned so much from Cade. If you need any form tips or you want some lessons in DFW, Cade is your guy. He's been going viral on Facebook with hundreds of thousands of views on his reels as he's trying to get to 600 feet of distance. Yeah, check Cade's content out. And we snuck through with the Crux. I think it's the only time I threw it this round, and I was able to nail that circle's edge putt. So that one felt good. Gets me to 4 under through 6 holes. Should have been 5. We won't have to talk about that first putt again. But we're going with the Thought Space Athletics Glow Votum. I hit this one hard. This hole is way harder than it looks. So to get a putt for 2 is amazing. And what's amazing is that everybody closed their eyes and missed me scoring up that tree, right? Thanks. Okay, we're going to go on with a par here. And we're going with the Temple. A little bit softer. I wanted actually to get something across and land and have something just kind of like not skip away.
Nope.
Well, that one basically hit the overhanging trees in front of the basket and rolled down into the creek. So that was fun. It happens, but you're not ever going to like execute every single shot. Like, you're not going to shoot 18 under, right? Gannon's probably the closest human being to do that, right? We're not all Gannon. And we're going on here. We got a bogey, but it's time to bounce back. 342-foot tunnel shot here. And guys, this is the shot that's going to make the Votum get into the bag. I love eagles, so it's hard for me to take eagles or something else out, but that's the exact shot and disc that I've been really enjoying. So I'm going to go back to it here. 378-foot shot. I didn't put it on a ton of ante, but you just kind of work this to the right because the pin is pretty tucked there. I didn't have a forehand disc to get there today, and ended up going a little bit long. No big deal. Kind of a weird stance on this one, but I was thinking in my head, give it a little ante, give it a little height to see if it'll drop in. Give it a bid. Yeah, we nailed that putt. That was a long putt, 70 foot. Super happy with that one to get myself to 5 under. And this is the hole I was kind of thinking of, hole 1 and this one for the Praxis. I really struggle with throwing understable putters. I've been working hard this year to work on my hyzer game, and it's definitely helped out a lot. Especially with that one. Went a little bit long, but was able to hit the elevated putt from edge of circle in the wood. Okay, now everybody close your eyes again. Super fun hole. Not fun when you're trying so hard to hit this super long tunnel that, yeah, don't get your hips and your shoulders turned around, and I threw it exactly where my arm was pointed. But I'll tell you what, having film and having started YouTube, my form has gotten so much better because I'm forced to watch my throws. I'm forced to watch what happened. That's been really interesting. You might want to record yourself when you're playing disc golf just to see if you can catch a couple of these things like this one. Going uphill, threw it on a little bit too much hyzer. Didn't think I did, but starting to kind of recognize some of these mistakes here. Missed the circle's edge putt. We're still having a great round. We're having a lot of fun. And this one I was kind of stuck between, do I throw that flippy Praxis down this downhill shot or I go with the vessel? Sometimes I just want to hit the gap with a forehand. And I think you should definitely, you know, go with what you feel most confident in. And this one's a very low ceiling the whole way. I squared up that tree, but it got a very forward kick. So I could just lay up here with a temple from about 180, 150, somewhere around there. Got myself a putt. You got to match the angle of what your rear disc is coming down with that approach shot. 'Cause it's kind of up on this little mound, this hill. And this is where, now that I know that mantra was a little flippy, we're going to go back to it, but I'm going to throw a roller. You don't have a ton of height either here. The cool thing about that disc is it gets to that roller angle so fast out of the hand. And actually went so straight all the way around that tree until it hit this ditch and stopped. And we're able to just basically park this for another tap in birdie on that par 4. This is one where I wouldn't normally throw a mid-range 350. I would probably go to the Votum, but I hadn't thrown this Pathfinder yet. I cannot figure out how I threw that and how it went straight up. I don't know. I watched in slow-mo a couple times. I'm not sure what happened there, but I hit the ceiling and I gave it a bid with the vessel. This one is a pretty tough 2, but definitely gettable. And then you want to see the scariest tee shot of your life? You want to fall straight 20 feet down into the creek? Well, that's kind of what you have to think about here on the long tee pad. So I was like, well, again, let's go back to this Pathfinder. Got to get at least one good throw with it. And caught a tree, got a kick here. I mean, if you manage to hit that gap without hitting a tree, go to Vegas. All right? Going over here with a little stretch out forehand. I'm going to be honest. There's a lot of times in disc golf where it pays to be 6'3", right? I definitely appreciate being this tall where I can hit some of these like other lines a little bit safer. And I almost tried to throw it into that tree again. I'm not the biggest fan of the Muse on the putters, by the way. I like beaded putters, so those PA3s makes me appreciate them a little bit more after rounds like this. But we're gonna finish with an 8 under. 8 under for me in the tournament this year was 10.25. I don't think it would have rated that high today. And that's gonna wrap it up. I did get one good throw here with the Pathfinder to show you that beautiful flight. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Love this type of content. Let me know what I should film with next.